Right, it's the 5/11/2016. I just noticed the news on the Clinton's case in the United States is that her most closest worker has asked FBI for protection, Hamar. And I think the shitstorm on her is beginning on the YouTube video presenting her as some kind of Islamic threat or something. I think it's more like that she's could be a mixed marriage of Jewish and Islamic. It doesn't really matter. She could be from anywhere. But I think she has asked for FBI protection, both of two things that she realized that her husband is not maybe not trustworthy of the sex scandals. That's one thing. And I also think that she got very too deep in the Clinton's action, both 2012 September in Denmark and in Benghazi. And I think that she may have knowledge about what really took place. And I also think that she knows, of course, 20 years ago, the foundation and the sex crimes accusation and stuff like that. So I think I would also kind of get better protection if I could. Anyway, I didn't get it September 12th for sure. So I don't hope Clinton is going to be elected for anything. I think she belongs in a jail with her husband. And I think that everybody in the shadow case of the Clinton case in Denmark, from defense, justice, state, culture, social, and the rank down or the ladder down to intelligence, to local police office, to media, to commune, all of these misconducted leadership is going to find another job or going to jail. That's all there is to say. Corrupt the lawyers and corrupt the police and court system probably is based on three factors: the top politics, the pedophilia rings, and the mafia activities of entertainment and design piracy and stuff like that. All together, right? Then I just want to run you over the media. Media has been surveillance and spiking a lot of data for film, TV, music, especially in Denmark and UK and United States. They have really, really been disgusting in their espionage and their research and their data robbery and email hacking and stuff like that. I have the names of who I think and also some of the operation against this. In connection to industrial espionage and sex crimes against women and children, there's always a risk of more serious espionage of secrecy and counter-espionage, because when people go wrong in life of industrial espionage in a media top position or a culture department or something, there's always a risk that it can be exposed to pressure or threats or something because somebody knows they've done something illegally, right? Then I also think that I had big problems with Denmark's radio, TV2, Centropa, Nordic Film, and Warner's and BBC and stuff like that. And we know now that I will not be the first one, I'm not the last one. And we know there's some influence of both politics and we also have some idea that there could be some kind of, personal artistic crisis that make people steal. And there's also the sex crimes, right? So we are pretty far in our coverage of the crimes. And we also think that we got the most of the things turned upside down of the Clintons. I'm still looking into some of the artists that I was sending material for, text material, if some of them could have been harmed. I was alarming FBI already in 1985, about the danger that people that stolen famous royalty in music, film, and TV, that because they didn't pay the royalty, that there seemed to be some kind of crime going on that maybe even the artists didn't know about. So right now we've been spending years looking at pictures that famous lead singers that could they have been copied or replaced or something like that. We especially look at Ireland and England and United States, where there is an activity of copy bans and copyright stolen and stuff like that. We also have a threat on copycats casted a little bit like that profile people think I have. If some of these copycats, or even people who might take a easy ticket for fame with the same or like name, or same or like style or profile or psychology, we warn against this, and I have put the warning to the ministry, the Film Institute, and some of the companies, and even some of the artists on there, because I can see there is a pattern of copycatting and casting, and I can also see there is a threat on along this, especially 2012 September, and about the black money that's already in this. So the people that kind of think that dancing, singing, TV, music, film, design, architecture is a kind of free artist world. That's not true. It's more or less a boss gangster world where you get, I wouldn't say rape, but it's almost there. But anyway, I am actually intelligence officer diplomacy, and I work high ranking. And right now I have a little difficult next time I meet with my Russian friends from West to the Russian, what I'm going to say about the scandal in the United States. So I think I figured out that these things happen all over the world, and that's true. And I think actually proven that because the things is turned upside down and people get fired, people do come to terms with their accused for corruption and stuff like that, that it shows that there is actually some kind of justice and democracy and free voice in the United States. I think there must be, as seen now in Denmark, countries where scandals is hidden, and scandals even might be silenced, or put away or something, and that's what we always see this as a kind of sign of a tyranny or regime, or even like the former red coat, so. And I'm one of the one that know I was in Europe under the Cold War, and I know that a lot of people have been suffering for speaking up loud and disappearings and stuff like that. I have been tortured by the before the Cold War ended, so we don't want the Cold War to start up again, because we don't need it. We don't need war right now. We have a lot of other things to do with our money, and a lot of nature disaster coming up next for the planet. So we have to take care about each other, and Europe have to learn to control their greed and their enslavement and their control and their kind of hostility, and a little kind of overhuman approach to other people. I see this in Denmark especially. A kind of when I meet people and they think I'm a zero, or a abused one, or just nothing worth. I can see it. There's a ranking. It's not a kind of hierarchy. It's more like that. Some people grow up to think that they are more white, or they're more right, or they're more, like when you meet the religious people, they think they're more right than you are, and that's a very dangerous attitude for a nation to have, that we are better than the others. We also hear in Denmark's radio that we in Denmark have the best hospital system and the best whatever school and something, and that's a lie. There is no country that has the best of everything. No way. I mean, this is a real world we're living in. And actually, if I look all over what I've seen in Denmark over the years, I would like United Nations, to get in here and teach people about why we have the human rights, children's rights, refugee rights, handicap rights, why we made these rules after cruel wars, And there's a lot of UN databases and science and people that could easily help the Danes reconstruct their broken justice, their broken school system and hospital system, and get them from the Cold War into 2016. Bye bye.